So Gen V just premiered on Amazon Prime, and we are here to break it all down. They dropped 3 episodes to start, but in this video, Damon and I will just deep dive into episode 1. We'll talk about all the new characters, the major events that have happened, and just nerd out about this show in general. Let us know in the comments too how you guys feel about the show. Let's have a discussion.
Real impressed with this trio of episodes, Chen. If you're a fan of The Boys, you need to mount up because this is well worth the watch. We've been waiting patiently since Homelander completed his transition to prototypical fascist, and this feels like a welcome appetizer for the season 4 we've been so badly craving.
Obviously, spoilers ahead, so if you haven't watched Gen V, go watch that shit. Anyways, no time to waste. Let's get going, starting with episode 1 titled God You. This episode delivered right away. We start off with a flashback to the Soup Center draft from 8 years ago when A-Train was the #1 pick and he went to the 7, becoming the first openly black Soup in the 7. Remember, although Black Noir is black, the public doesn't know about that.
People don't even know it's me under this thing. I gotta wear it just to get a cab.
Payback is the country's premier superhero team. The whole country. Sadly, a black member is still a non-starter below the Mason-Dixon.
So the draft is being watched by young Marie Moreau's parents, and her dad is pumped about a black man being in the 7. Marie and her sister are taking pics and not giving a fuck, and Marie ends up getting her first period and also having her blood-bending powers manifest for the first time, so naturally she's freaking the fuck out. This ends up with her accidentally killing both of her parents. Brutal. Opening scene, right away we get pulled right back into the boys' world where the gore is back in full force.
For sure, there's no shortage of that, and there's also a key theme that emerges here where everyone's powers are essentially a blessing and a curse in some way. It makes sense to use this setting as a perfect way to showcase this because Compound V news is relatively fresh in the present day, and everyone usually spends the ages of 18 to 22 figuring out what the fuck they're actually trying to do while also consuming wide ranges of illicit substances and making questionable decisions.
Shit, I'm still doing it.
Exactly. It gives more nuance to the life of a Soup than a Marvel or a DC vehicle does, which is part of what makes The Boys so damn good.
Okay, we then cut to present day where Marie is now 18 and living at the Red River Institute, which is a group home for orphaned young Soups. She goes to the gym after classes to practice her blood bending powers. It's gnarly as fuck because she's gotta slice her own palms to get the blood, but she's controlling her powers pretty well at this point, absolutely dominating those fucking chairs. As Marie is leaving the gym, she ends up seeing another kid at Red River getting thrown into a van and driven off. Just another day at the Institute. Marie hits the common room to use the computer, but not before some horny teenage boy is watching some Soup porn platinum, some good old cuck porn. You remember back in the days when Pornhub actually had good stuff? So Marie kicks the horny fucker off the computer and checks her emails and finds an acceptance letter from Godolphin University. A full ride. Her life is about to change.
Huge momentum shift here, and her backstory is loaded. I like that they built her character to be really flawed. Sometimes she does valiant, headstrong things, and other times she does incredibly dumb shit. It's refreshing. Her relationship with her powers and her past is complex, and there's a heavy-handed metaphor to be found in her bloodbending and the way impactful deaths seem to follow her. It makes sense why she feels so driven to achieve and become a quote-unquote good guy type hero while feeling that immense guilt from her past. For her actual powers though, like what are the limits we have on this bloodbending? Can she only use her own blood? Can she use the blood of others? Still tons of questions to explore here in this season.
Yeah, good points right there, Damon. So, Marie asks one of the teachers at the Red River Institute, Vanessa, if she can go to Godolphin. Vanessa says of course and congratulates her. We learn that Marie wants to become the first black woman in the 7. Lofty goals, baby. Vanessa does warn Marie. The kids who don't get adopted from Red River when they turn 18 end up getting sent to a Vought adult facility in Elmira. The conditions are way worse there, so Marie better not fuck this up.
Which adds a layer of internal conflict because she's now bound to play by the rules that Vought has set out, or she gets shipped off to the adult facility, which screams Soup prison, no thanks. Like, I can picture that being the most depressing reality show on Vought streaming or whatever the hell they're pushing these days.
Like, I tell you what, you get better and I'll teach you to run as fast as me.
Yeah?
Yeah?
You'll teach me to outrun cancer?
We then see this hilarious Godolphin U marketing video. It's got the essentials like some good old diversity and an uplifting instrumental in the background.
We're a family, a community of supportive faculty and peers.
We meet the school's dean, Indira Shetty. We learn that there's 2 main schools at Godolphin, the Crimson Countess School for the Performing Arts and the Lamplighter School of Crime Fighting. Basically, you either go into film or the military. Obviously, we saw both of these soups in The Boys. Tough end for both of them. Nice generic college marketing video to start. Brought me back.
It's crazy that the only way to beneficially repurpose soups that wouldn't be great crime fighters is to sign them up to act in like a shitty TLC drama or some overproduced action movie. Feels like Michael Bay would have a field day in this world.
That's a great point, Damon. If you're running a school of soups, you could have a college of engineering, you could do some environmental stuff, a lot of stuff in the sciences, but nope, it's either content creation or military. Just fucking hilarious. So it's the first day at Godolkin. Marie arrives. Classic move-in day montage begins. We see some young soups showing off their powers. Some students are making out in the halls. Check out that tongue. Marie pulls up into her dorm room and meets her roommate, Emma, aka Lil Cricket, who's currently bite-sized and filming a YouTube video where she fights her gerbil. The two of them start getting along pretty well, and Emma gives Marie the classic tour of the campus and what's going on.
Your typical exaggerated college atmosphere intro. Picture a little bit of Van Wilder spinoff with a little bit of X-Men with some Sky High sprinkled in there for move-in day. That's all I'll say. Some of you probably too young to get that, so shit, I'm getting kind of old. Dorm rooms also put mine to shame. Must be that sweet Vought cash, baby.
So Emma takes Marie to the stadium where they watch Golden Boy's workouts. He's currently ranked #1 at the school. He's basically like the starting quarterback on the football team. Apparently he's got an uncircumcised dick too, just putting that out there.
Andy's uncut. Because I guess like he's impossible to cut.
We see Golden Boy's girlfriend Kate. She asks about these recurring dreams that he's been having involving some trees. Interesting, let's make a mental note of that. We also see Andre Anderson, another young soup with the power to manipulate metal. Golden Boy is facing the incredible Steve and he beats his ass, even ripping the dude's arms off. They end up reattaching though, so it's all good. For what it's worth, Golden Boy seems like a pretty good dude, humble despite all of the attention. Class schedules then get released and Marie freaks out because she doesn't get into the crime fighting class that she wants. Oh, I should also point out that Marie doesn't have a phone.
Unfortunately, she is that kid. To be honest, it reminds me of the time I was rocking a track phone and everybody else had the Motorola Razr. It made me look whack and like a drug dealer at the same time, which I didn't realize was possible, but it definitely was. Additionally, this scene helps to reveal more on Golden Boy's power scale and really builds on the concept that everyone is so into the whole ranking system and is incredibly invested in whatever the top dogs around Godolkin are up to. Like, I feel like we're watching their version of Bama's spring game with a fraction of the audience right now. We'll get more into Andre later, but he seems cool with playing second fiddle most of the time. Whether it's an act or a personality trait, we still really can't tell.
Yeah, good points, Damon. We still gotta figure out what Andre's deal is. So back to Marie. She pulls up to Professor Brinkerhoff's office to see why she can't get into the class. She then meets Jordan Lee, the #2 ranked soup in the school who acts as Brink's TA. Jordan rejected Marie because she doesn't have a social media presence essentially. Brink then pulls up and fires a bullet at Jordan. Jordan instantly transforms into boy form where he's apparently indestructible. Marie tries to appeal her class rejection to Brink himself, but he laughs and basically tells her to fuck off. Brink is played by the legendary Clancy Brown. Holy fuck.
This man's resume is impeccable. His cadence sounds a little stiff and Homelander-ish in his speech patterns, but in that 1950s, I'm not racist, I just like things the way they used to be during the good old days kind of vibe. To me, this scene feels like Jordan imposing the rules on Marie that people have imposed on them while they've been here. Just another part of the system, baby. This place is full of a suspicious amount of bullshit. Watch out or Marie will slip through the cracks in the soup draft and end up in New England like TB12.
Ah, TB12. Those were the good old days. So, on a nighttime walk back to the dorms, Marie sees a younger boy in gray sweats running out. An armed task force chases after him and they all get bodied by the boy. However, both Marie and Andre happen to be outside and they help the armed guards capture the boy. As the boy's getting subdued, he yells out, "I'm not going back to the fucking woods!"
I'm not going back to the fucking woods!
Sounds like my buddy from Connecticut after one night of camping. But seriously, this was too abrupt not to set off a major conflict alert. This kid is also strong as hell.
Yeah, the kid is definitely strong as shit. So the next day, Marie is telling Emma about what happened as they walk through campus. They end up meeting some of the other performing arts students, such as this chick Justine. They recognize Emma from her YouTube videos as Lil Cricket. They all give her props for her channel, but Emma seems sad about it.
Fun size, a little cricket?
Right?
I'm a huge fan. Your channel's the fucking bomb.
God, I fucking wish people would give us that type of love for our channel. Damon, why don't they give us that type of love for our channel?
Maybe we're just not good, Channer. Maybe we're unlucky. It's cold out here. I guess they won't respect us till we fight a gerbil or some shit.
Listen, if fighting a gerbil is what it takes for us to get to 10,000 subs, I'll kill the fuck out of a gerbil on a live stream right now. Anyways, Marie walks off because she doesn't want to hang with the theater kids and content creators. Emma tries to reason with her. Look, only 5 kids a year from Godalkin U end up scoring a city contract, so she should just be happy that she's even here. The odds are against her. Meanwhile, Emma just wants to have some hot 3-way sex, and I can't blame her.
I mean, I'm also hoping for a 3-way.
Justine is fucking hot. Emma is fucking hot. I might have to take a break real quick. We then cut to a meeting between Golden Boy and Professor Brink. Brink shows Golden Boy an 8-figure suit that won't burn off when Golden Boy lights up. Who paid for it? Va. Golden Boy is getting a motherfucking deal from the 7. He's made it. The two of them hug, but Golden Boy seems a bit worried and concerned, and he's not as happy as he should be.
We get the idea that Golden Boy is either going to buckle under the pressure or his mind is totally somewhere else. This is like the dad who's micromanaged the kid's future to the point of having the whole 5-year plan built out. Brink is tapped and is clearly seeking some sort of validation by steering Golden Boy further within the military complex disguised as an Avengers draft. Gotta support Golden Boy's squeamish reaction here, even if that suit is kind of fresh.
Yeah, you would expect Golden Boy to be a lot more pumped about the whole situation, but clearly something is up. So, back at the lovely outdoor grounds of Godalkin U, Andre invites Marie to sneak out with the popular kids that night. He also suggests some superhero names for Marie, but it's still a work in progress.
Okay, Coagula.
Even worse.
I'll keep workshopping.
Marie denies the invite because she can't afford to get caught, but if she changes her mind, Andre says to meet them outside of the crime-fighting building at 10 p.m. Listen, man, as an adult, I'm gonna give you guys some cold-hearted advice, some practical advice. When the popular kids at school invite you to an event, you just gotta go. You just gotta do it. Sell out, baby, it's for the best.
Classic trope, and you're right, she's gotta go. Something bad will definitely happen, but it's gonna be a damn good time until then.
So Marie obviously fills Emma in on the invite, and Emma is like, don't be fucking crazy, you gotta go party with Golden Boy. She lends Marie some of her clothes, and Marie caves and does the right thing. She parties with the popular kids. Marie meets up with them at 10, and we see the full crew. You got Golden Boy, Luke, Kate, Jordan, and Andre. They roll into the city. Fuck, that's getting me fired up, Damon. I want to party too. Back at the dorms, Emma is reading the comments section on her YouTube videos, and it's just straight bullying. What these haters don't know though, Damon, is that even negative engagement is engagement. So fuck y'all. But yeah, very sad scene for Emma. She's a very sweet girl and people are fucking assholes. Plus, the bite-sized gerbil fights are fire content. What did Kanye say?
50 told me go ahead, switch the style up, and if they hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up.
So while she's watching her comments and hating herself, Emma gets a text from Liam, one of the theater squad members. Liam is trying to get that casual smash thing going on. What would you rate this opening text, Damon? Obviously, it ends up working, but I personally think it could have been done way better. Your biggest fan gives off pleaser vibes, and I personally think hit me up if you ever want to hang could have been said a bit better, but hey, I'm a fucking moron, so what the fuck do I know?
Oh, you should be able to tell this guy is a scumbag from the jump. Biggest fan either means he's a fuckboy or he's Stan.
Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling.
Either way, run far, far away.
Back with Marie and the popular kids, they're at the Vought Tower doing some blow and getting fucked up. Marie and Golden Boy have some bonding time where they get candid about their backgrounds. Golden Boy gives Marie some good advice on being a hero.
You know, if you're gonna do this, make sure you do it for you.
Meanwhile, at the dorm, Liam has successfully made his way over to Emma's room and they start getting it on. However, Emma is only being fetishized by Liam. He wants her to shrink down and get ultra small and basically hang on his dick like a squirrel hanging on a tree. We learned that in order for Emma to get small, she has to vomit. It's sort of like an eating disorder. What do you think about that, Damon?
It's a really sad backdrop, but Emma's whole power set is fascinating to me in this moment. The fact that calories determine her size to an exponential extent was not something I expected after the trailer cuts we watched. Like, if she hits a buffet, can she grow 10 feet tall? Are there limits to this? Or if she purges for a week, can she become microscopic? The whole sex scene aspect felt like classic boys material, especially when you consider how they used termite in the past. RIP. She's one of those soups whose power set might seem lame at first, but there's some serious hidden potential later on in a key fight or a battle just waiting to be tapped into. That being said, the negative relationship she has with how she controls her size hits pretty hard as a metaphor for self-hatred in order to seek approval. Kind of a downer since she seems so nice, and this guy seems like a creep.
So, the cool kids arrive at the club, and even though they don't have a reservation, Kate uses her powers of persuasion and gets them a table. Sam Smith's Vulgar is blasting in the background. At the table, Andre is passing around some Molly. Golden Boy doesn't do Molly, but microdoses shrooms. Microdosing shrooms is actually pretty awesome. I recommend you guys try it. It's not what you would expect. Marie does end up gumming some Molly, and the night is fucking on. It's pretty funny though, because as soon as she gums the Molly, Jordan is like, yeah, she's pretty cool. Peer pressure just seems so effective at getting people to do drugs.
She fell for it hook, line, and sinker. From what we've seen, Soups under the influence is always an interesting combo. Just think back to Soulja Boy's complex relationship with weed, inhaled gas fumes, booze, and many other things.
Bill Cosby is America's dad. That's a real man. Holy shit, did he make some strong drinks.
I don't know if I'd feel chill if I knew I was in a club full of superhumans on Molly though. Probably be the signal to call the Uber.
So back at the dorm, Emma is in tiny mode and she's hanging on Liam's dick. Liam wants Emma to say that his dick is the biggest dick that she's seen. Also, at this point, it's obvious that Gen V isn't holding back at all because we're getting full-on cock shots. I've already flagged this video as not for kids, but man, that is a detailed ass penis. Back at the club, Jordan changes to girl form. Andre tells Golden Boy that he has a major crush on A-Train. They all know that Golden Boy will be in the 7 soon. It's a nice moment because you can see that the three of them are really tight despite technically competing with each other, and Andre and Golden Boy have a lot of love for each other. The Molly has now kicked in and Marie is dancing her ass off with Kate. Golden Boy is tripping balls and seeing woods all around him and hears voices of a kid yelling, "Please help me." Andre goes up to some hot blonde girl to spit some game. He starts showing off his powers and this catches her attention. He's in the middle of his routine when it goes wrong when someone accidentally bumps him, so the metal bird hits a random girl in her jugular and she starts bleeding out on the floor. Just a wild fucking turn of events that shuts the entire club down. Golden Boy, Jordan, Andre, and Kate get the fuck out of there, leaving Marie alone at the scene. Using her blood-bending powers, she actually saves the woman and all of this shit gets caught on camera. Marie becomes a viral sensation. Once again, Gen V isn't letting up on the gore or the intensity. I fucking love it. Damon, how would you rate Andre's game? Obviously, pulling the soup card is a bit unfair, but he's definitely a smooth talker for sure.
Right here is where we get the feeling that Andre basically does whatever the hell he wants. He's chill, but also doesn't consider the consequences of his actions. Kind of a win-lose there. We all have that friend. Marie saves the day using her blood bending, which probably makes her feel dope considering she's taken more lives than she's saved at this point in her life, but we are trending in the right direction. This discovery is also huge because it's a game-changing use of her blood bending and because she has some notoriety due to the cameras around.
The next morning, Marie and Emma are watching the viral videos of her club incident. Maverick, the RA, tells Marie that Professor Brink wants to see her. What seems like a potentially good meeting turns disastrous when Brink tells Marie that she's expelled. She needs to take the fall for the club incident since it will look like the other top-ranked soups fucked up and let a woman bleed to death since they were high, which is exactly what happened. Marie tries to plead her case, but Brink gives zero fucks and Coley tells her it is what it is. Tough scene, man.
Pretty big momentum loss for our girl Marie. She's got to take the fall, I guess. Like, not even like an offer of cash or a guarantee she won't be rolled off to the island of misfit soups. The whole VOD system being predicated on these heinous cover-ups rears its head again.
Meanwhile, Golden Boy has another hallucination about these woods and this boy Sam asking for help. While Kate is still asleep, he storms off. Marie is crying by herself and having flashbacks to her younger sister calling her a monster when she killed her parents. She destroys some trash cans in frustration, but then finds a second wind and storms back to Brinks' office. Golden Boy is already locked in and heading over there though. As Marie heads over as well, she crosses paths with Jordan Lee. Marie opens the door to Brinks' office to find him getting burned to death by Golden Boy. A naked Golden Boy tells Marie that he had to kill him and that she doesn't know about what Brink was doing in the woods. Marie is obviously rattled, and at the end of the day, she's still a witness, so Golden Boy lights up and goes after her.
My first thought was that Kate somehow convinced Golden Boy to flame up Brink for reasons unknown, but I'm gonna go ahead and file that in the rough draft pile. The wood sounds scary and damaging as hell, typical VOD. I love these dual power sets Jordan's running. Still, Golden Boy is a monster compared to them. If he's good enough to join the 7 right now, there's absolutely no shot he's gonna lose a 1v1, even if the person he's fighting is gender and power fluid.
So, Marie is now running for her life when she sees Jordan again. This time Jordan gets in the way and tells Golden Boy to chill the fuck out, but Golden Boy is unhinged at this point. A fight breaks out between Golden Boy and Jordan. We get a way closer look at Jordan's powers. When Jordan's in boy form, he's indestructible and can take Golden Boy's flaming punches without dying. In girl form, she's super fast and has energy blasts. Jordan tells Marie to run and they fight Golden Boy. Ultimately, Golden Boy is way too much and he beats Jordan down. Golden Boy, aka Luke O'Riordan, is now in full rampage mode. Outside, we see Andre being forced to do a Turbo Rush commercial, which is actually, ironically, A-Train's drink. Marie runs out frantically and tells Andre that Golden Boy killed Brink. A bunch of people are outside now filming the entire exchange. Andre tries to talk Golden Boy down, and for a moment, it seems like it works. Golden Boy goes up and hugs Andre. The two of them exchange I love yous, and then Golden Boy flies in the air and fucking combusts himself? Holy shit. I don't know about you, Damon, but I kept thinking that Golden Boy was going to be a major part of this show. These fuckers killed off Golden Boy and Brinks in episode 1. These writers are not playing around, man. Give them another raise. And the episode then ends with Golden Boy's guts showering the campus grounds. I'm speechless.
Nah, this resolution caught me by complete surprise. Firstly, the I love you from Andre and Golden Boy hints at a pretty close friendship, so for him to self-immolate was probably beyond traumatic for Andre. I assume Golden Boy would be a conflicted character who would waver between being a good dude or the next Homelander for the entire season. Very wrong. Like, completely wrong. However, his death should be an avenue to open up more conflict and investigate the most likely sinister Vought shenanigans taking place in the woods. Did Vought experiment on him? Did Brink do something messed up to trigger this? I guess he had to be pretty fed up with life and also wanted no part of the backlash after killing Brink, so he decided that this was the end. But this was one of the more shocking premieres I've seen, to say the least. I didn't always love the tone of the humor compared to The Boys, and they definitely tried to hit a younger age range and demographic, which is fine. It's just kind of what they're aiming it towards. But that's what happens when you get a spin-off. Still a pretty good showing, and so far this feels solid enough to roll with for the rest of the season. Love the action, the set design, and all the new characters with their power sets.
Alright, that does it for our recap and discussion of episode 1. What do you all think about the episode and the show in general? Let us know in the comment section. If you want us to keep doing these as well, let us know. Thanks for watching. Catch y'all later.